Lock the doors, close the blinds, and grab your strongest cup of coffee, ladies, because the leaked scripts for the upcoming sweeps week just landed on my desk, and what they are doing to the Kane family is downright criminal. I am talking about a massive casting shakeup and a storyline pivot that nobody saw coming. If you thought Willow Kane was finally going to get what she deserves, you need to sit down for this one. My insider leak at the studio is whispering that the writers are pulling the rug right out from all of us who wanted justice, and the twist involves the one person we never expected to take center stage. Right now, Willow Kane is standing on the absolute edge of a cliff, and it looks like her entire world is about to shatter into a million irreparable pieces. We all know she has been playing this saintly congresswoman for months, hiding her dark, twisted crimes behind that sweet, innocent smile. The police are finally closing in, and the witnesses are lining up. Detective Joe Fitzpatrick and Ada Justine Turner have been aggressively gathering evidence, and thanks to Brooke Lynn Quartermain and Lucy Coe's elaborate framing plot, Willow is currently the prime suspect in the hit-and-run accident involving Jordan Ashford. The GPS data in her car was secretly altered by Brick, and she was completely blindsided when the search warrant was executed at the PCPD. If you ask me, Willow has been sweating bullets and losing sleep every single night. She knows that the walls are rapidly closing in on her carefully constructed life. Not only is she facing severe hit-and-run charges, but she is also absolutely terrified that Drew Kane is going to fully regain his speech and mobility. If Drew talks, he will expose her for shooting him and keeping him paralyzed with dangerous drugs. She has been frantically running to Jack Brennan and her mother, Nina Reeves, begging for that missing black box that contains the embezzlement evidence against Drew. She needs leverage, and she needs it yesterday because she has run out of the paralytic serum. Everyone in town, including us watching at home, firmly believes that Willow has nowhere left to run and that her arrest is imminent. But ladies, this is exactly where the upcoming episodes are going to completely flip the script and leave us all speechless. Enter Scout Kane. As we have recently seen on our screens, Scout has returned to Port Charles as a slightly older teenager, now played by the incredibly talented Kaden Brenna Tokarski. When she first arrived, we all thought she was just going to bring some typical teenage angst and rebellion to the canvas, maybe cause a little trouble for Alexis Davis and Danny Morgan while they try to navigate their own family drama. But my insider leak tells me that Scout is about to become the most powerful and dangerous player on the board. Scout is not just a background character anymore. She is a silent, brilliant observer who has been watching her family crumble piece by piece from the sidelines. She was recently held captive by her own father, Drew, which is a severe psychological trauma that would permanently change any young girl. Because of everything she has endured, Scout knows exactly what is going on behind closed doors. She is fully aware that Willow is guilty of some horrendous crimes. She knows Willow is not the innocent, pure-hearted victim she portrays herself to be to the voters and the hospital board. Scout does not condone Willow's actions for a single second, and she certainly does not believe Willow deserves to get away with her sins. However, Scout has had a massive, life-altering realization, and this is where the leaked script gets incredibly juicy. Scout has realized that the true villain of her family's destruction is not Willow, but her own flesh-and-blood father, Drew Kane. Think about it, ladies. Ever since Drew came back from his stint in Pentonville, he has been a completely different man. He used to be the honorable Navy SEAL, the good twin who stood in stark contrast to Jason Morgan's dangerous mob lifestyle. But prison changed him. He became ruthless, ambitious, and highly manipulative. He pushed his family away, allied himself with dangerous political figures, and let his insatiable thirst for power destroy everything good and pure in his life. Scout sees right through Drew's current vulnerable, recovering act. She knows that Drew's manipulative choices and relentless ambition are the exact catalysts that broke their family apart. While Willow might have pulled the trigger or committed crimes out of sheer panic, desperation, and self-preservation, it was Drew who orchestrated the toxic, high-pressure environment that led them all down this incredibly dark path. Scout has been quietly piecing this complicated puzzle together, and she has realized that Drew is harboring secrets that are far worse and far more damaging to the fabric of their family than anything Willow has done. According to my exclusive sources, Scout is going to make a shocking, jaw-dropping decision during the upcoming sweeps week that will change Port Charles forever. Instead of throwing Willow to the wolves and letting the police arrest her for the hit and run or the shooting, Scout is going to use the undeniable truth about Drew to completely redirect the PCPD's entire investigation. I am talking about a massive, heartbreaking betrayal, ladies. Scout is going to throw her own father under the bus in a desperate attempt to end the cycle of lies, manipulation, and trauma that has plagued her entire childhood. How is she going to pull off such a massive feat? Well, remember that missing black box that Jack Brennan, Nina Reeves, and Valentine Cassadine have been dealing with? My theory, based on these behind-the-scenes whispers and leaked documents, is that Scout is the one who ultimately intercepts or discovers the crucial files and evidence proving Drew's massive embezzlement and illegal corporate takeovers. She's a smart girl, and she gets her hands on the definitive smoking gun that can put Drew away in a federal penitentiary for a very long time. Scout is going to take this explosive evidence and march right into the police station with her head held high. She might hand it directly to Police Commissioner Anna Devane or Detective Harrison Chase, who is currently desperate to clear Willow's name anyway. By delivering this undeniable proof of Drew's federal crimes, Scout forces the authorities to immediately shift their focus and resources. The hit-and-run investigation into Willow will suddenly take a massive backseat because the police and the WSB will have a high-profile corporate criminal handed to them on a silver platter. Now, you might be asking yourselves, why on earth would Scout protect a woman like Willow? The honest truth is, she isn't doing this to save Willow at all. Scout is doing this because she firmly believes that Drew must be the first one to pay the price for the family's destruction. In Scout's eyes, this is not a baseless, cruel betrayal. It is the only viable way to surgically remove the cancer of lies that has infected her family for years. She believes Drew needs to face justice and be held accountable before anyone else can be judged. It is a desperate, calculated move by a traumatized daughter who just wants the emotional manipulation to stop once and for all. When this happens, Drew Kane is going to completely and utterly crumble. Imagine the sheer devastation and heartbreak of realizing that your own flesh and blood, your beloved daughter who you swore to protect, is the one who meticulously orchestrated your absolute downfall. Drew has spent months trying to regain his power, recovering from his fake stroke, and trying to control everyone around him with an iron fist. To have Scout be the one to drive the final nail into his coffin will absolutely break his spirit. It will permanently shatter whatever is left of their fragile father-daughter relationship, leaving Drew with nothing but the consequences of his own hubris. As for Willow, this massive, unexpected distraction gives her a temporary get-out-of-jail-free card. With the PCPD and federal authorities suddenly swamped with building a massive case against Drew Kane, the immediate legal pressure on Willow will significantly decrease. She will finally have the breathing room she desperately needs to figure out a way to clear her name regarding the hit and run, or at least to find a way to permanently cover her tracks and secure a solid alibi. For a fleeting moment, she will think she has won the lottery and escaped the fiery consequences of her actions. But do not think for a single second that Willow is completely off the hook, ladies. While she might temporarily escape the long arm of the law, she is now going to be living under the terrifying realization that Scout holds all the cards. Scout knows the absolute truth about everything. Scout has proven that she is ruthless and brave enough to take down her own powerful father, which means she will not hesitate for a fraction of a second to take down Willow if Willow ever steps out of line again. Willow will be living in a constant state of agonizing paranoia, knowing that the witnesses, the evidence, and the truth are still out there, just waiting to surface and destroy her. This upcoming storyline is going to be an absolute masterclass in family drama, betrayal, and intense psychological warfare. The battle lines are being permanently drawn, and the dynamic between Scout, Drew, and Willow is going to be explosive enough to carry the show through the entire season. What do you guys think about this massive twist? Do you believe Scout is making the right choice by targeting Drew first to cleanse the family, or should she let Willow face the music and rot in a jail cell? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, because I know you ladies have some strong opinions on this one, and I cannot wait to read them.